Hi, I'm Phoebe Wood, Food Director at Delicious, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a chicken, sweet corn and basil soup. It's one of those essential recipes to always have in your repertoire. I love this any time of year, but in spring it's particularly excellent because the corn is in season. It's a really simple recipe, but it's all about the flavors of the stock. So I use a whole organic chicken in my stock, and then I just use the corn cobs so that they don't go to waste, and then the top of the leeks, which I'll use later on in the recipe. So a really simple stock, but like I said, it's going to be incredibly flavoursome. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make our chicken stock. So we're just going to put the chicken in a stock pot or a large saucepan and cover with cold water. Now that we've got our chicken ready to go, I'm going to just cut off the top of the leeks. Just give it a little rinse because you can see there is quite a bit of dirt in there. But see, you don't want all of that beautiful leek to go to waste. And then with the corn, there is a surprising amount of flavour in the cob once the kernels have been removed. So it really gives your chicken stock that beautiful depth that you're looking for. Cutting the corn gets a little bit messy, so I recommend doing it over a bowl. Now I'm going to add the corn cobs to the soup stock. Stock is ready to go now. It's going to simmer for 3 hours, which might seem like quite a long time, but it's going to extract all of the flavour from those 3 ingredients, and I promise you it's going to be worth the wait. The rest of the soup is now really simple. We've just got a base of leeks, red onion, garlic and chilli, and we're going to cook them in butter and olive oil, because why not? Our chicken stock is ready to go. It smells so good, so rich. The meat is basically just falling off the bone now, which is exactly where we want it. So we're going to strain out the corn cobs and that leek. Then we're going to pull the chicken meat from the bone. All that really hard work is about to pay off. We're going to start cooking our soup. So as I mentioned before, I do butter and olive oil as the base for this. It's quite generous, but why not? It's a little bit of a treat. I mean, it's soup, so you can be generous with the other ingredients. Now we're going to add the onion, leek, chilli and garlic, and we're going to cook that for about 10 minutes. And I'm just going to add a little pinch of salt to help cook these ingredients down. You want to cook these ingredients down for about 10 to 12 minutes until they're really nice and soft, but you don't want to colour them. Our leeks and onions are ready to go. It smells amazing. Now I'm going to add the corn kernels. I'm also adding a little bit of smoked paprika just for that depth of flavour, and then some fresh lemon zest just to add a little bit of citrus to it. And then we're adding our chicken stock and some white wine. Then we're just going to cook all that down, add the chicken right at the end. Our soup is now ready to blend. The corn is nice and soft. I'm going to season this right at the end just because of the sweetness of the corn. The profile might change a little bit after it's blended. And I like to blend half of it just to give it that nice velvety texture. So we've blended half of our soup now. I'm going to add it back to the pan. So finally, we're just going to season with a little bit of lemon juice, just from the lemon that we zested before, some salt and pepper, and then we're just going to add the chicken back to the pan. We're ready to plate up the final dish. It tastes absolutely delicious, seasoned really well with salt and pepper. We're just going to add some basil to finish. I might add a little bit of extra chilli for mine, but you can do that to your preference. It's time for the final taste test. There's a lovely sweetness from the corn. The chicken stock is full of flavour. It's nourishing and light. It's really the perfect bowl for any night of the week. For this recipe and more, head to delicious.com.au.